How's it going? It's Ron with Abiera Team Real Estate, and I'm sure you've noticed the stall in the real estate market here in Orange County. So lots of open house signs on the weekends. You'll see for sale signs sitting on the front lawn for months at a time. One of the recent questions that I'm getting is, with the stall in the real estate market, why haven't we seen big decreases in values? And the quick and simple answer to that is we've got a low inventory problem. So let me explain a couple things. One is going to be what's happening with the demand. So the buyer demand has dropped off about 50% from the beginning of the year. And the obvious reason is going to be the interest rate. So we started the year off at 3%. Here we are 10 months later, and we're now at 7%. So according to Freddie Mac, in the 51 years of tracking that data, this is the fastest rise in rates within a 1-year period. So obviously this dramatically decreased the purchasing power of buyers out in the marketplace. So that definitely contributed to things slowing down. Now let's talk about what's happening with the inventory. So to put things in perspective, we started the year off with under 1,000 homes. Today we're about 3,600 homes on the market. So, 3.5 times growth we've had within a 10-month period. So naturally you would think that would mean a lot of homes on the market, but there really isn't. So just to put that into perspective again, the 3-year average of the inventory prior to COVID was about 6,000 homes. So in a normal market, we should expect about 6,000 homes, and here we are, about half of what it takes to be to have enough inventory for a normal market. So although inventory has increased, relatively speaking, it's still pretty low. So the question is, why aren't there a lot of new inventory coming onto the market? Or more importantly, why aren't people selling? According to the Federal Housing Finance Agency, 71% of all the mortgages in the state of California are at 4% or below. So that's going to be a tough pill to swallow if you're thinking about moving to go from 2, 3, 4% to 7%. And that's why a lot of people are kind of staying put unless they absolutely have to move. So the next question is, why are people actually moving in today's market? And so my experience working with clients within the last few months is, what I've seen is that there's typically going to be some kind of life circumstance change that's going to lead people to want to buy or sell in today's market. So what I'm seeing is typical is going to be a job relocation, a marriage, unfortunately divorce, unfortunately a death in the family, or a birth, or an increase in family size. So those are all the reasons why people are going to need to either upsize or downsize in today's market. So buyers are out there, and the smaller pool, but there's going to be reasons for them to want to buy or to sell in today's market. So if you're thinking about buying or selling in today's market, here's some advice for both groups. One, if you are thinking about being a seller in this market, please understand you are competing. So even though there's not a lot of inventory per se on the market, the buyer pool is definitely going to be very, very small. They are serious and they are going to buy, but it's going to be a small pool that you're trying to attract. So price and condition are always going to be critical. On the condition part, do what you can to get your home move-in ready. Get that new home smell into your home, whether that be fresh paint or new flooring. Do everything you can to get your home staged and prepared to sell. And when it comes to pricing, I can have another conversation with you at another time, but that's going to be very critical as well. Just keep this in mind. 44% of all the homes last month had to reduce their price. So you don't want to go chasing the market. If you're going to come onto the market now, position yourself where you're ahead of the market and not chasing it. And second, if you are thinking about buying in this market right now, understand that you've got leverage. So if you take a look around, especially in the new home community, they're offering all kinds of discounts, right? So you're looking at discounts on price, discounts at the design center, on lot premiums. They're offering rate buy downs. So if you are a buyer, and even if new homes is not one of your options, understand that you can still seek leverage with a traditional seller. So here's a quick story. I went out to an open house this past weekend, and I walked in, met the realtor, and right off the bat, she let me know that the property is new on the market. However, she's the second realtor that's going to try to sell this home. The first time they tried to sell it didn't work out. Now she's taking over the listing, and if I'm serious about purchasing the home, that the seller will offer a rate buy down to me. So I thought that was great. You know, you need all the leverage you can as a seller in today's market. However, it made me think, gosh, if she's negotiating before I'm even negotiating, she's gonna be in trouble, or the seller's gonna be in trouble, because I'm definitely gonna get what I need once I identify the home that I want. So here's one thing that I know is that savvy home buyers become savvy homeowners, and savvy homeowners are always watching the rates. So here are a couple questions that you need to ask your lender. The first is, when you're starting off, what is today's rate? What are the programs available out there that best suit my needs in order to get into the home that I want? And secondly, you have to ask, if and when the rates do improve and they benefit me, what is the game plan for me to refinance to be in a better position with my mortgage? So definitely ask your lender that question. And on a side note to all my military veterans out there, if you already know, or if you don't, a VA loan is one of the easiest loans to refinance. And that's all I have. And if you have any further questions about what it's like to be a buyer or seller in today's market, definitely reach out to me. You guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you on the next one.